Welcome to Off the Chest of Timothy Regal. I am the sexiest man in Midwest Independent Wrestling from the neck up and a member of the Pro Wrestling Intelligentsia, Timothy Regal. I am joined...
Wait. The what?
The Pro Wrestling Intelligentsia.
The fuck is that?
If you don't know, I don't need to explain it to you.
Oh my god.
See, I'm a member of the Intelligentsia. You claim to be the 7-star mind, Mr. Alex McCarthy.
Who'd you have to give money to get to be a part of something called the Intelligentsia?
I didn't have to give any money. I just had to be knowledgeable about professional wrestling, which I am, and the thing that I thrive in.
Oh. That's why we're here, I guess, isn't it?
Let's be honest, we're here because, back in 2005, somebody thought it would be a good idea to use my body as opposed to flip off of. But,
that's why we're really here.
We can talk about that, actually. Let's start off with that, dude. The footage had been on a documentary before, but, and of course, there was always, me, you, and Adam, and Doug, and guys like that being like, this isn't the first time they've ever wrestled. Well, last night on Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins brought up the fact that this is not the first time, Sunday, at Money in the Bank, that AJ Styles and Seth Rollins have had a wrestling match.
Well, we all knew that. But the WWE Universe didn't know that.
Are
you salty with Vince?
No, I'm not salty with Vince. I hate WWE corporate speak. We all know that. But
I didn't know that.
Last night on Raw, Seth Rollins brings up the fact that it wasn't the first time they've ever wrestled, and they actually show footage from the Muscatine Middle School of Seth Rollins versus a gentleman then known as Tyler Black, and it said at the bottom of the screen, NWA No Limits Wrestling, care of Doug and Matt Ritter.
Nice.
So yes, our buddy Matt Ritter, our probably our best listener, Matt Ritter, getting a shout out on Raw.
Does Doug not listen to the show anymore?
I don't know. Doug barely gets through Conrad Thompson podcast, so he might listen to the show every once in a while. We'll talk about Zach in a minute. I hung out with Zach. Zach loves the show.
Zach does love the show.
You'll be happy to know Zach loves Pipe Dream.
Does he?
Yes. What won the poll, by the way?
1989.
Yes. So 1989 coming. I'm not gonna guarantee it this week. Maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe
it might be, dude. I've got some free time coming up.
You got some free time? Okay, so maybe we can knock it out this week.
What days are you off this week?
Friday and Monday.
I don't have anything going on Friday night.
Okay, so maybe we can. Maybe we can knock out. Maybe we can get Pipe Dream in this week, since we don't. This is the one weekend in May that we don't have an SCW show. So.
That's right.
But no, I thought it was.
Of
course. No, back to the Rollins AJ match. I obviously did not watch Raw. I have not watched Raw since the Superstar Shakeup.
Are you happier?
I feel much more content. I'm not as angry. My job makes me angry. My job makes me angry enough. I don't need 3 hours of Monday Night Raw to do that for me every week.
I can't tell you the last time I watched wrestling.
The night after Mania?
Other than live.
Night after Mania?
No, wrestling. Like, current wrestling. Like, I watched a old WCW pay-per-view this weekend, but, like, in terms of, like, anything, like MLW, Uncharted Territory, anything. I haven't watched anything.
Dude, I thought you watched Uncharted Territory last week.
I haven't watched Uncharted Territory in at least 2 weeks.
Oh, didn't you watch Russell Circus?
No.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
watched, what did I watch instead? I watched something else instead. Oh, I think I watched a Walt Disney documentary. I watched the Price is Right documentary, and then I watched the Walt Disney documentary.
Okay.
We might have to change this to a documentary podcast.
We might, because I watched a documentary Monday night instead of watching Raw.
What'd you watch?
That's what me and Zach went to the movie theater to see an amazing, amazing documentary called All That We Left Behind, a documentary made by former showrunner of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Mr. Irish Stephen Barr, basically going through kind of the history, talking to the actors, talking to the writers, talking to the fans, and about the greatest show in the Star Trek universe. That's right, folks, I said it. Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Some people may look at us as the bastard stepchildren of Star Trek, but myself and Zach are Niners for life. Zach is probably one of the leading experts in Deep Space Nine history, I think. That guy knows.
You know what they say about the Niners?
Huh?
You know what they say about the Niners?
What's that?
40 of them.
Wow. That's terrible.
But I have to say, Regal, I have seen the last 10 minutes of many a Star Trek episode. I'm not sure which Star Trek version, but I've seen the last 10 minutes of many a Star Trek episode.
Okay, so I feel like I'm gonna not like the answer to this, but I have to ask, why just the last 10 minutes?
Oh, because I put on Spike TV before Raw would come on back in the day when it was on Spike.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was the lead-in to Raw back on Spike, back in the Spike TV days. Yep. That would have been Next Generation, by the way.
Okay, I'm sure it was.
You've never watched any Star Trek. That's.
I was told at a young age, there's Star Wars, there's Star Trek. You're not allowed to like both. I liked Star Wars, so I never gave Star Trek a chance.
And I am, and as you know, both myself and Zach are staunch advocates that is a complete 110% bullshit. That you can like Star Trek and Star Wars. They're not mutually exclusive. Now, with that being said, I do get upset when people confuse the two, but you can like both of them. But Alex,
you know who my favorite Star Trek character is, though, by far?
I feel like I'm gonna regret asking who.
Yoda.
Why do you do that? Why?
Entertain myself.
Why do you do that? Why do I even ask the question when I know what you're going to do, but yet I still asked it? Because for the sake of the show, I feel I should, even though that you're obviously just going to do something to piss me off. Why, Alex? Why do you do this? Remember, man, I seriously remember when we started doing this podcast and you asked me, hey, how much do you want me to talk? And I said, no, I want to be 50-50 partners in this. Well, God damn it. That may have been the worst decision I made on this podcast.
Hey, this podcast would have been canceled a long time ago without old 7-star.
Or it may have been the best decision I made. I don't know. God damn it. Why do you do this to me every single week?
To entertain myself.
Yeah, it's entertaining somebody. I'm sure the 8 people that are listening to this show are probably laughing right now. Hey, I have breaking news. The New Orleans Pelicans have won the number 1 overall draft pick in the NBA draft. The Grizzlies and Knicks are the top are 2 and 3.
Wait.
What?
There's an NBA team called the Pelicans?
The New Orleans Pelicans.
What's up with that? Are you talking to me?
They moved from Charlotte.
They used to be the Charlotte Pelicans?
No, they were the Charlotte Bobcats.
What?
Yeah.
I thought it was the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay, so it gets really complicated. The Hornets left. Or did the Hornets become the Pelicans? Okay, so here's what happened. The Hornets moved to New Orleans and became the Pelicans. And then the Charlotte got an expansion team. They called them the Bobcats. And after a few years, they actually let the fans basically vote to decide, because people were complaining that that the Bobcats just wasn't right and all that. So they took a poll, and then they finally basically said, okay, you're not the Charlotte Bobcats anymore. You're the Charlotte Hornets again. It's really convoluted.
But now they're the Pelicans.
So the original Charlotte Hornets are the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's terrible.
And their mascot is this giant pelican named Pete the Pelican, who it looks like the stuff
that makes sense.
But he looks like the stuff that nightmares are made of. He looks like he should be on the Firefly Funhouse.
See that took a turn for the dark this week?
I have not seen it yet. I saw the pictures of Bray basically turns himself into an evil clown. Because I guess we need Doink the Clown back in 2019.
Dude, this is all Bray.
It really is. This honestly is, I probably would have normally watched it at least on YouTube. That's really the one, and I've just watched the YouTube clip because that's really the one thing on Raw that interests me at this point is where.
No, if you the guy who made the mask posted it on Twitter basically like Bray came up with all these ideas and basically asked him to do like the concept art and like this is all Bray's idea.
Oh, I have no doubt of that. I think this is 100% Bray. I think maybe with a little input from a few outside writers, but I think that Bray is just this creative, and this is the vision for the character that he has. I'm interested to see where they're going to take this and what the payoff is. I hate to say this, but my confidence is kind of low because we saw what they did with how they completely screwed the pooch with the broken universe.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I do think that the Firefly Funhouse gimmick has been phenomenal. Now, can it sustain itself? We'll see.
It's to be seen.
Oh, by the way, Alex.
What?
You made some inappropriate comments at the Bier Stube on Friday night, so I now have to fine you $100,000 and send you to sensitivity training.
I did not make it inappropriate. You're the one who made it. That was Sean.
But no, I've heard.
That was Sean.
I have it on good authority that it was you.
That was
so
Sean.
we have to fine you $100,000 and send you to sensitivity training.
I feel like anytime somebody makes inappropriate comments in SCWpro, it's safe to assume it was Sean.
Or me.
Or Sean.
But
I am the most... I don't need any sensitivity training, Regal. I'm sensitive. Ask my wife.
Well, either way, we're fining you $100,000.
All right, I will pay you $1 a day.
If you've not been on Twitter today, do you not get this joke where I'm going with this? Do I have to explain it?
It's Lars Sullivan.
Yes.
Isn't he? Is he racist or
apparently he made
homophobic or what was it?
He made racist remarks. Here's the kicker to this: if Lars Sullivan got $100,000 to just pay out as a fine, motherfucker, I want to see what his contract is because Leo Rush said he can't make a living wage.
Do you believe that?
No, Leo Rush was flying him and his wife in first class and staying in hotel suites. The reason Leo Rush is broke is because he's an idiot with his money. He literally is a wannabe rap star. I'm trying to think of a sports comparison, and the only sports comparisons I can think of, you would have no clue who they are. But I'll make a sports.
LG3.
Who?
Something Griffin the Third.
RG3?
Yeah.
RG3 just fucked up his knee. no, like Sean Kemp from back in the day in the NBA. It's no. The biggest thing is, how does Lars Sullivan have $100,000 to pay in a fine?
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's gonna have to take out a loan.
His contract hasn't been his time on the main roster hasn't been that good that he's got $100,000. I wonder if they're gonna. Now they could take that out as a portion of his future pay, I guess. More than likely, here's what I'm gonna say. The fact that they made it so public, the $100,000's a fucking work. They didn't fine him a fucking $100,000.
Well, we'll have to see when his tax returns get released.
And they can, and it's also just kind of BS because I think they're making an example out of Lars. But there are people on their roster who have made homophobic and racist tweets, and not even really all that long ago, that seem like they got off scot-free. I know people found homophobic tweets that Rhea Ripley had made not too long ago.
Yeah.
So are we fining Rhea Ripley $100,000 and making her go to sensitivity training?
I mean, they should.
They probably should. It's one of those things where I just feel like the sensitivity training might be a shoot, but I really, really, really don't think that the $100,000 is legit. Also, if you're really, really that big on sensitivity, how the fuck is Terry Taylor still employed?
Is Terry Taylor working there still?
Terry Taylor is still very much works there.
Oh.
And if you've ever paid any attention to anything about Terry Taylor, including the stuff that came out in the WCW racial discrimination lawsuit, Terry Taylor's a piece of crap.
Really?
Yes. Terry Taylor is one of the main reasons that anybody that was a minority in SCW ended up getting a payout.
WCW?
Yeah. What did I say?
SCW.
No, Terry Taylor not in SCW. Thank God.
SCW Hall of Famer Terry Taylor.
We don't. Everybody in SCW right now is a better wrestler than Terry Taylor was. So, actually, I shouldn't say that. Terry was a good worker, but just ask him; he'll tell you. No, Terry Taylor's employed, and it's like we're gonna fine Lars Sullivan $100,000. So yeah, that's
maybe Terry's been to sensitivity training.
Yeah. Of course, I don't think either of us have watched it yet. Have you watched the Bret Hart Tom McGee match yet?
No, I was thinking about doing that after this.
That's unfortunately for me, wrestling wise, right now, the Best of the Super Juniors started yesterday. So
yeah,
I'm kind of tied up on that. Plus, I was at the documentary screening last night, and I didn't get back till about 10 o'clock at night, and I had to work at 7 a.m.
What?
today. Huh?
Yes. Something going on?
Hi, Margaret. Jeez,
okay. I can get it when I'm done. Did you hear that? I'm folding laundry after the podcast is over.
Ooh, while watching Tom McGee versus Bret Hart?
While watching Tom McGee versus Bret Hart. Apparently the documentary is phenomenal.
Yeah, apparently Tom comes off really well in it, actually.
You think Tom McGee's going to become a big star?
No, I think...
Going to become PCO?
No, I don't think that. No, I do think from everything I've read, it sounds like Tom is actually a really nice guy. So if nothing else, if he can get a little money on the convention circuit and strike while the iron's hot, good for him, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched some stuff. I actually watched some of the Japanese stuff he did too. It's not bad. It's the mythos of the match and the story of Vince McMahon apparently like jumping up and down screaming, "This is my next champion. This is my next Hulk Hogan." And then he gets in the ring, with guys that weren't Bret Hart, and he was drizzling shit.
Didn't he have a great match with Arn Anderson too?
Apparently a good match with Arn Anderson. He had a match in Japan with, I want to say, Toshiaki Kawada, or maybe it was Jumbo Tsuruta. I cannot remember but I've watched it, and I'm like, and it's like, dude, when he was in there with somebody who could work around him, he was great. But then when you tried to put him in there where he'd have to be the dominant guy, i.e., main thing at the time was he couldn't get himself over in matches with TV job guys.
Yeah.
And in that era, in 1986, if you can't do really good TV, you can't do squashes, we can't get you over on TV. And he couldn't work with guys, and like I said, he had to have guys who could really work with him and lead him through stuff to make it work. Now the thing is that much different from Lex?
Yes.
Is it really?
I think so.
You go watch early Lex, and keep in mind, both Sullivan in Florida, and then when he got to the Carolinas, the Crockett's were smart and put Lex with people that could work with him. Including, especially when he got to Crockett, they put him in the Horsemen so he could work in tags, occasionally work singles, and he had JJ to talk for him until they got him to where they thought he was good, and they turned him babyface, and then he immediately started working with Flair, who could work with a mop.
Yeah.
Now, I think people unfairly shit on Lex as a worker. He had some.
Lex isn't a great worker, but I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be.
No,
which is why.
And Lex, depending on the era, if you early, I loved heel narcissist Lex Luger.
Yeah.
Babyface Lex Luger, and they turned him babyface, and then when they changed the plans on him at SummerSlam. Yeah. It was all downhill from that point.
Well, that's also a motivated Lex.
Yeah.
Why do you think they changed the plans?
I don't know. I really don't get why, because Lex was so over. A lot of people say it was that Vince may have gotten spooked by the attitude he had toward the Lex Express.
What do you mean?
Oh, Bruce covered this in detail. This was one of the early episodes where they talked about Luger's WWF run. Lex thought that he could basically, the bus would drive around and then he would fly to whatever town they were at. And then take a 2-mile ride in the bus to wherever the appearance was, or the meet and greet.
Yeah.
He didn't realize that Vince wanted him to actually, ride on the bus, stay on the bus, and basically make the whole thing a shoot. So he was very apparently unhappy about this.
Yeah.
So he basically whined, pissed, moaned, and complained the whole time. And that is apparently where...
You drive me nuts. God damn it.
What?
Make me rearrange my whole shit.
I'm sorry.
Why are you even looking at me?
When I can only see your forehead, it's a little disconcerting.
Don't look at me.
I was gonna try to pass it off that we were actually in the same room until you messed that up. That's why I texted it to you. We're Skyping tonight, folks, because Alex had to work late.
Edit that part out.
I'm not going to edit that out.
You don't even put the music on anymore.
I will put music on this episode. Shh. Hey,
try to create quality podcast entertainment for Matt Ritter.
Did you see that?
This is how you treat me.
See this picture the other day?
Yeah, I saw it.
It's me at 20 years old with a terrible haircut. Seriously, what the frack? I didn't have hair. That would have been 1999. That was at episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Great movie.
No, it's not.
Probably one of the top Star Wars movies ever.
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me your favorite character is Jar Jar Binks.
I fucking love Jar Jar Binks.
Of course you fucking do. God, I hate you. Why are we friends?
Jar Jar Binks.
Stop. Never, ever, ever talk like Jar Jar Binks again.
You said there's only had wrestling characters on this show.
Oh, God. Jar Jar, get out. Nobody wants to hear you. Ever.
I said about the hot takes about wrestling.
You ruined everything. You allowed Chancellor Palpatine to become the Emperor. Get out. Nobody wants to hear you. Jar Jar, please leave.
Jar Jar's fault?
Yes, that was all Jar Jar's fault. Everything that happened bad was Jar Jar's fault.
That's why there's rumors he's gonna turn heel.
That he was Darth Jar Jar.
Did you ever see those theories?
Yeah, I saw that whole conspiracy theory. No, Jar Jar was an idiot, and he was a stupid character that should have never been a thing. But George Lucas thought he was... And if you notice, in episode 2 and episode 3, he's in like 3 scenes total, because they realized after episode 1, oh wait, nobody likes this guy.
Why those movies flopped.
No, they didn't flop, but
more Jar Jar.
God, you so much make me just... I would throw things at you if we were in the same room right now. Should we talk about WWE Super Blood Money?
No. I don't even want to acknowledge it.
We're going back to Saudi Arabia, folks, with a 50-man Royal Rumble, a Randy Orton versus Triple H match for no reason, and the best part of it all, folks, The Undertaker versus Goldberg.
Regal, you did it wrong.
What?
Goldberg, 1-on-1 with The Undertaker.
Is Saudi Arabia, are they in like some weird time portal where it's still 1998?
I mean, aren't most wrestling fans?
Well, because if you could figure out a way to make time travel work, if we can call Tony Stark, and we can get The Undertaker and Goldberg from 1998 to have a match, that I would want to see. Goldberg and The Undertaker in 2019, I do not want to see this.
This is the guy that wanted Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna for the show.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna say it. Y'all leave that poor old man alone, okay? He retired. He went home. Undertaker just wants to live on his ranch, live with his wife, who is beautiful and all that, and his kids, and just
Starcast.
And wanted to do Starcast and just chill, maybe meet some fans for the first time ever, maybe, do a couple interviews where he can actually talk about his career from an out-of-character standpoint. Y'all just won't let him go. Y'all just keep rolling him out there like this, I don't know. But that dude gave his life to pro wrestling, And WWE just keeps yanking him back. Tank, the Saudis want you to wrestle Goldberg. Vince, I'm retired. But I get $50 million if you show up. I'll give you 5. I mean,
What do you think Take's getting for a payday for these Saudi shows?
I hope he's getting at least $1 million per show. Because the word that's come out is that the WWE is basically getting $50 million per show. So
Dang.
I hope that since they keep making Undertaker drag himself out to do these, that they give him at least $1 million. I also find it funny that this show is called Super Showdown, which was the show in Australia last year. Super Showdown actually wasn't that horrible. That was the show at the Australian stadium last year.
Yeah.
With an excellent Buddy Murphy Cedric Alexander match.
Yep.
And the match that really made Buddy Murphy, in my opinion.
Super Showdown's also not a great name for a show.
Well, and I realized this. Why is it called Super Showdown, Alex?
I don't know.
Because they can say WWE Super Showdown on the network, and that sounds much less auspicious than Crown Jewel or Greatest Royal Rumble or anything that sounds like Crown Jewel. What do you think of when you think of Crown Jewel? I think of like something like Aladdin.
I think of
Arabian Nights.
Chase Owens.
Chase Owens is the Crown Jewel. But
that shirt is on clearance at Hot Topic in my size.
Really?
Chase Owens shirt.
You totally should have bought it.
I looked at it and I said to Margaret, I was like, I can't wear a shirt that says Crown Jewel.
Even though it's for Chase Owens?
Yeah.
No, it's I think they're trying to make the name as auspicious as inauspicious as possible.
Because originally the rumored name was going to be Sands of Time.
Yeah, which is a direct,
which is not a great name for a show. Its main event is 2 old guys.
Exactly. Through the sands of the hourglass, here comes.
So are the days of our lives.
Here comes the Undertaker and Goldberg.
I like the fucking Rugrats meme. Made me want to watch Rugrats.
Huh?
The Rugrats meme.
What's that one?
The 2 old guys. The 2 guys. It's
yeah,
Tommy's
the 2 old
grandpa.
Guys. Yeah, grandpa, Tommy's grandpa, and
wrestling.
I thought you were talking about the one where it said, I think I turned on the wrong episode of Rugrats, and it's a picture from the adult film parody. Yes, there's an adult film parody of Rugrats. No, I have not watched it. I just know
there's an adult film parody of everything.
They're real. There's an adult film parody of there's adult film parodies of Pokemon. So.
Oh, speaking of, not of Pokemon, not adult films. We saw Detective Pikachu last night.
You guys did. Apparently, we just missed each other because we had just headed into the theater.
Yeah. We went to the 6:45 showing of Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, so you got out just before we got out. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this: you went and saw Detective Pikachu before you went and saw Endgame.
Regal, if I saw Endgame, I wouldn't know who the fuck anybody was or what was going on. I've literally seen like 3 Marvel movies.
I got a podcast idea.
The draw of you've got to watch 22 fucking movies to know what's going on is not exactly appealing to someone that is not a big moviegoer.
I think we should do a thing where I make you watch all the Marvel movies in order.
Then do I get to kill myself at the end?
Wow.
I shouldn't say that.
I'm trying to expose you.
That does not sound appealing to me.
I'm trying to expose you to the greatest cinematic universe of all time, and you're just not.
I watched the first movie in the greatest cinematic movie of all time. And you can bet your ass that this summer I'll be seeing Sonic the Hedgehog and continuing to watch the greatest cinematic universe of all time, the Super Smash Bros. Extended universe.
This is not a thing!
It's gotta be.
No, it's not! Because
I want it so bad.
Detective Pikachu may have actually been a decent movie. I haven't seen it yet. But Sonic the Hedgehog is going to be fucking terrible. And it has Jim Carrey in it.
Great. And I don't think Sonic looks that bad.
It has James Marsden in it. James Marsden does not make good movies anymore.
It's got Jim Carrey in it, and Jim Carrey doesn't make bad movies.
Yeah, and fuck Jim Carrey too, because he's an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, yeah.
So fuck Jim Carrey too.
That's so weird. He seems too smart to be an anti-vaxxer.
Yes, it's because of his crazy-ass fucking wife, so...
Ex-wife, right?
I thought did him and Jenny divorce?
Thought so.
Oh, yeah, she married Donnie Wahlberg.
Jesus.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways.
Speaking of that...
I do not want to do a podcast where I watch all of the movies in the Marvel Extended Universe.
Speaking of vaccinations or things that, flush your system, we had a show at the Bier Stube Friday night, Alex.
Oh, I was like, where the fuck is he going with this? Yes, we did.
And,
I was there.
I had to flush toxins out of my system on Saturday most of Saturday. There was a lot of Gatorade ingested.
You were drunk.
I was a little drunk. There were a lot of people that were a little drunk on Friday night.
Yeah.
The Bier Stube was a good time.
Yes, it was.
You were not as drunk because you did not show up until much later. Because you had
also, I know that I'm not gonna. I will not drop fucking $40 in one sitting on alcohol.
Yeah, you don't want to know how much money I ended up spending that night.
I really don't.
I didn't realize how much money I was spending until the next day, and I even went, oh boy.
Triple digits, huh?
It wasn't that many. Where is it? So I got the card here. Should we run it down real quick for the people?
Sure.
Opening match. Hey, the Cubs just won.
Woo. It's always a good day when the Cubs win.
Opening match, we had Braden McBride taking on the Lucha Legend, one half of the SCW Tag Team Champions, Latin Thunder. Latin Thunder picked up the victory. You know what's great about the Bier Stube?
What?
We can get away with saying a little more about, in a little bit more colorful metaphors of how we feel. So I got to say a few unnice words about Mr. Braden McBride.
Latin Thunder was enjoying those Coronas after the match too.
Was he?
Yes.
Is there any truth to the rumor he was hanging out with Senor Tigre?
Senor wasn't there.
Senor wasn't there?
No.
Because I know Senor loves the beer as well.
Yeah, he loves Senor Tigre loves tequila.
Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta maybe we can get Senor Tigre to a Bier Stube show sometime. He'd have fun.
I think he would.
Up next we had an interesting match, a match of two unique individuals. We had Duck Horn Boy making his return.
Yes.
Taking on the hip shaking hero, the friendly neighborhood pelvic thruster, the phallic phenom, Crotch.
Yes. It was a great match.
And Crotch stuck a piece of corn, an ear of corn.
Ear of corn.
Down the front of his ring attire.
Yes, he did. I remember that much.
There was a lot of bizarre behavior in this match. But
yes, there was.
I mean, we had Corn Boy, so.
Yes, El Hijo de Never mind.
El Ote, the corn boy.
The corn boy El Ote.
Which is Spanish for the corn. So
yes,
he is literally corn boy the corn.
Yes.
But Crotch picked up the victory. That was a fun match. And then we get Robin Steele being accompanied to the ring by Dion Roosman, taking on the flying solo for the night. Front match jaw. Big match.
Did you say front match jaw?
Front man jaw.
Oh, I thought you said front match jaw.
I'm actually might have. I don't know.
I was like, what?
But yeah, the front man jaw. Big match jaw. Jaw was flying solo, but still
recited some poetry.
Yeah, recited some poetry about Robin Steele, which Robin Steele did not take too kindly to.
No.
I noticed Robin Steele apparently must be the only one that was really cold because he was the only guy that wrestled in a t-shirt.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Well, it was quite cold Friday night.
It was cold.
It was in the 50s, so I don't necessarily blame Robin Steele for wrestling in a shirt.
Yeah, but it wasn't cold in Iowa City, though. He never took his jacket off in that street fight.
Maybe that's Robin Steele's thing. I don't know. I don't talk to that dude. So, no. Robin Steele did pick up a victory though with a lot of help from the Iceberg, Dion Roosman.
Yep.
And then the Iceberg and Robin Steele were putting a beat down on to Big Match Jaw, and Dante Leone, who was Dion Roosman's scheduled opponent for the night, ran in. Yep. And we went right into that match.
Yeah, we did.
Then Robin Steele got involved in that match. Our Mr. Merrick Brave,
the Hall of Famer,
SCW Hall of Famer, said, "Hey, I'm getting this a little bit of crap, and we're getting kind of tired of it. So this is the Bier Stube. Why don't we make this a Moline street fight?"
Yeah, Bier Stube street fight.
Bier Stube street fight, and we had some steel chairs. Dante Leone pulled out a ladder, and as I've said many times, if there's anybody in SCWpro that you do not want to face when he's got a ladder, it's Dante Leone.
Very comfortable with a ladder.
That man is the Jeff Hardy Edge equivalent in SCWpro.
More ladder matches than anybody in SCWpro history, probably, right?
Yes, an expert in ladder matches. And he hit a cutter off the top of a ladder onto Dion Roosman and picked up the victory, retained the QC Cub. So,
more ladder matches than anybody in SCWpro history, did you say?
I believe so. That's a statement I think I can make with pretty much certainty. More matches involving ladders. Period.
Yeah. Well, if you're just going off of that metric, more than 3 even probably.
Yeah. Then after intermission, we had women's action. We had Heather Reckless taking on the debut of, how do you pronounce her first name? Elena Black. I keep wanting to say Arya for some reason. That's the game.
Not close at all.
That's the Game of Thrones in my head. It makes me think about Arya Stark.
Close to the same spelling.
I know. I don't know where it keeps coming from, but Elena Black taking on Heather Reckless. I was very impressed with Elena Black.
Yes, I was too.
A young lady who is fairly fresh out of the gate.
Yep.
From what I know. 18 years old. Has only been in the business for, I believe, for a couple of months. Yep. And Heather Reckless, a young lady who has come, every time I see her, she's just getting better. So,
yes.
This match was a lot of fun. And I didn't talk a lot during this match for reasons. I'll just say that. Mainly, I was afraid somebody was gonna punch me in the back of the head.
I would love to punch you in the back of the head during a show.
Your wife was because by this point, in full disclosure to the audience, by this point, I'm pretty inebriated during the show. So your wife was essentially policing me and said, if you say anything inappropriate during any match, I'm gonna punch you in the back of the head. So then we had Jimmy Thomas. I'm sorry,
James
Thomas, primetime James Thomas,
Rookie of the Year.
He loves to tell you about that too.
He does.
Taking on JP Finger,
entertainer extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
Say it.
Huh?
Say it.
Say what?
Entertainer extraordinaire.
Entertainer extraordinaire, JP Finger.
Absolutely.
But we I tell the crowd every show that they shouldn't chant Jimmy. That James Thomas doesn't like to be called Jimmy, and they shouldn't chant Jimmy. But every show, the crowd chants Jimmy at James Thomas.
Yeah.
And it's always right after I say that. It's ironic how that seems to work out.
You're really not doing the kid any favors, Regal.
I mean, I'm trying to help him out. I'm telling the crowd, don't chant Jimmy at James Thomas. James Thomas does not like that.
Right.
But they do it anyway.
Right.
They're the SCWpro fans, and they can do what they want.
Anything, well, within reason. Don't see now. Somebody's gonna do something stupid at a show, and they're gonna say, "Regal said it off the chest. I can do whatever I want."
They can do what they want within reason. Just like you were trying to tell me I couldn't talk at the Bier Stube, and I told you I can do it's the Bier Stube, and I can do what I want.
There are certain times when you're not supposed to talk, Regal.
It's the Bier Stube. I can when we're at the Bier Stube, I get to let my hair down a little bit, Alex. I get to
Regal,
have a little fun.
Tell you what.
What's up?
You grow some fucking hair, you can say and do whatever you want.
I got to let my stubble down, I guess. Actually, I had just shaved when I got to the Bier Stube, so there was no stubble.
Yeah, see, that's why you weren't supposed to talk.
I didn't have hair to let down.
Right.
That's your logic.
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
He's not the 7-star mine for nothing, folks. How many stars are you down to on Bruise, Brawls, and Brave right now?
Oh, I'm back up to 7.
I doubt that very seriously.
I won the draft this week.
Hey, Tad. How many negative stars is Alex at right now? Send. I wait to hear back.
Doesn't know anything.
I wait to hear back from Tad.
Tad mission.
Tad keeps all those records, Social media guy Tad.
I know Tad.
How come we can't hire Tad?
Because I like to make you work.
But
you drinking during the podcast?
I'm drinking some water.
You scurvy bastard.
Refreshing water. But after Jimmy and JP, where JP picked up the victory,
yes,
we had the main event.
Entertainer extraordinaire.
No, neither of this team was the entertainer extraordinaire. Connor Braxton and Xander Killen, a.k.a. I officially named them the two guys that hate fun.
What a great name, Regal.
Versus the Suge and Travis Titan, the Dream Team.
A.k.a. the two guys who love to have fun.
Well, I mean, in their own way. Travis Titan and the Suge both have fun, but it's very different kinds of fun for both individuals.
Quite possibly.
Travis Titan's brand of fun is a cup of coffee at 392 and then a 5-hour CrossFit routine.
Yeah.
Whereas the Suge's the Suge was more into the type of fun that I was having Friday night at the Bier Stube.
Absolutely.
Me and the Shug shared a shot after this match. Potential spoiler if you can read into that. But
yeah, he lost the match, so he's feeling like a loser. So when you're feeling like a loser, you take a shot with Regal. I am number one. Don't you ever forget it.
Yeah, you're number one, all right.
I love you, Regal.
This was an excellent match. Xander Killen yelled at me several times to shut up. That guy's mean. I don't like him.
You know what the funny thing is, Regal?
What?
He should only have to tell you to shut up once.
Why? I'm not going to shut up because Xander. I'm not going to shut up because Xander Killen tells me to shut up. Who's Xander Killen? Who'd he ever beat?
Shug.
I mean, he.
Lots of other people when he was SCWpro champion.
I mean, if Xander Killen, he tells me to be quiet. I'd be quiet for a second. Then when he's gone, I'll be talking again.
What's that from?
Friday. I hate when I make pop culture references that you don't get, which is a lot.
Well, there are only a handful of things that you can make reference to if you want me to get all of your pop culture references.
I gotta start making pop culture references to Frasier.
Wrestling, Frasier, Cheers, Parks and Rec,
The Office.
I might be tapping out on The Office.
Really?
I'll give it a couple days, but I'll give it a couple more episodes, but it's just slow going for me.
Todd Countryman. Why am I getting such bad reverb? I'm getting a really bad echo. There, that's gone. For a second, I was getting a really bad echo.
I was earlier, too.
Todd Countryman is going to be so angry at you if you back out on The Office. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, I
know. Although, I'm with you. I've tried, actually, like 2 or 3 times. It's just not for me.
Yeah?
I mean, there are funny bits, and I've seen scenes like on like Facebook and Twitter that are funny.
Yeah.
But when I actually sit down and actually try to watch the show, it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff I find funny is Dwight. So, but no, it was a good night at the Bier Stube. You and Margaret made sure that I was okay. I did find out an important fact, Alex, Friday night.
We did?
I did.
No. We made sure you were okay?
Yeah, you did.
I thought we just threatened you.
Well, you threatened my life if I did anything stupid. So you made sure by doing so that I wasn't going to do anything stupid. But no, I did find something very important out Friday night.
What?
You can, in fact, get too drunk to play video games.
Yeah.
Because I tried to go to Analog after the show, and it did not work. I was just not in any way, shape, or form hand-eye coordinated enough by that point to play video games. So, let's just say that Timothy Regal's car was parked in the parking lot for a while with the seats reclined for a considerable amount of until the early morning hours. But it was a good night. I can't wait. We're gonna be at the Bier Stube all summer long.
Yeah.
So come down. Buy me alcohol. Buy Alex some alcohol.
God damn it.
The Angry Orchards taste great.
They sell Angry Orchards there?
They have Angry Orchard on draft.
What?
That's what I was drinking.
I went to the bar and he said they didn't have any cider.
Maybe they had Angry Orchard. Who said that? Oh, the outside bar did not.
Oh.
I had to go inside the bar. I had to go into the inside bar to get Angry Orchard.
I didn't even know how to get to the inside bar until after the show.
Oh yeah, because you weren't around when we used to run there, so you this was your first time there.
Yeah. Did
You
you think
didn't
I'd
even
been there before?
I thought for some reason you had.
No. Actually,
didn't-
they were Crotch and Merrick and them were talking about it. The last Bier Stube show was right before Black and Brave opened.
Yeah, so yeah, you were about a year after the last Bier Stube show.
More than that, I think.
Maybe. But hey, Matt Ritter's calling me. Should
Yeah, put him on.
I?
Put on speaker.
I'm gonna call him back. He hung up.
Bitch.
Hello?
Hello, Matt Ritter. You're live on Off the Chest of Timothy Regal.
Awesome.
I'm assuming that's probably why you were calling me, wondering where the hell your episode was this week. Well, guess what? We're just now recording it.
No, I was calling to see if you saw
Hi, Matt.
Yeah, Alex says hello, if you didn't hear that.
Hello, Alex.
I didn't
Matt.
see it.
It's on the Hulu edition. They didn't edit it out.
Well, that's cool. I haven't been watching Raw mostly.
As seen on Monday Night Raw, Matt Ritter.
You're actually about 40 minutes too late. We actually talked about that at the start of the show.
Yeah, how does it feel to be mentioned on Monday Night Raw?
At least I got my name right this time. They didn't put Scott like last time.
Oh, God. I totally forgot. So here's the thing, folks. That was actually in a documentary before. And, yeah, they put Doug and Scott Ritter.
I remember that.
I didn't know you had a third brother I've never met named Scott.
Regal, you know they got that information from you. Matt, you know they got that information from Regal.
Yeah.
He's their fountain of misinformation.
At least WWE now is admitting for the first time ever in a WWE ring.
Yeah, that's the thing. So many people were like, "It's not the first time ever."
I told Doug maybe WWE will send us a check for the footage again, but he says he doesn't think so.
No, you only get paid once.
Well, they're not going to have the match Sunday anyway. Whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to cash in and make it a triple threat match so they can delay AJ versus Seth until SummerSlam.
That could be possible. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong on that one, but
maybe so.
No pay-per-view.
Could this Monday Night Raw appearance lead to the return of No Limits Wrestling?
Yeah, maybe. WWE sent us some money. They used to give ECW a bunch of money to run shows.
Hell, hey, if you need me for anything, Matt, you have my number, right?
Yeah.
Alex is just trying to get booked on any show he can. And said, "Hey, maybe that
as a good worker should, Regal."
Oh God. But yes, Matthew, thank you for joining us. I will call you. I will talk to you soon.
Now I can tell all my friends and family to listen to the podcast. You'll have 20 people listening this week.
Hey, we're doubling the number this week.
Yeah, don't forget to share, like, and share, Matt, on your social media.
No.
What?
Matt doesn't have social media.
Matt's got Facebook.
Matt has Facebook, but he barely ever uses it. Matt's not on the Twitter, so.
Yeah, you know.
What's up with that, Matt?
Bro, you gotta get on the Twitter, bro.
Okay, I will.
Alright, Regal's gotta go because I'm here, so I'll talk to you later, bro. Bye.
Alright, bye.
Bro, Alex, what's up?
Vince, I was enjoying my conversation with Matt Ritter. I don't get to talk to Matt very often.
I know, bro, but I had to come on to talk about this Goldberg and the Undertaker thing, bro. I think what we should do, we should take a big bottle of Geritol, that thing that the old people drink, and we should put it on a pole, bro.
Sure.
Geritol on a pole. And then it's going to be a swerve, bro, because the Natural Born Thrillers are going to come out, bro. And they're going to take out both of The Undertaker and Bill Goldberg. And then Kevin Nash is going to get the Geritol, bro.
I'm sure Kevin Nash would love that.
And then we're going to bring back above average Mike Sanders. We're going to bring back Reno. We're going to bring back Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo and Mark Jindrak, bro. I'm going to get all the Natural Born Thrillers back, bro. You know why?
What?
Because
why?
Because the prince in Saudi Arabia still thinks WCW is in business, bro.
That's true.
He wants to know, bro, where the Kiwi and the artist are.
I mean, I was wondering the same thing, Vince.
I don't know where they are, bro. I think the artist won the Hawaiian State Lottery. So
really,
yeah, bro. That's actually a thing that really happened. I think.
Wow, Vince, I learned so much every time you're on the pod.
I know, bro. But so what you should do, bro, is you should go to the Realm Network and listen to Vince Russo's The Brand, bro. And I'm on 10 times a day because all I have to do is scream into a computer screen, bro. And then once a week, I sit down with lazy ass, great value version of Conrad Thompson, Matt Kuhn, and I record Truth with Consequences, bro.
Didn't Matt Kuhn just produce something for Conrad and Eric?
Maybe he did, bro. I don't know.
Are they on good terms again?
I don't know. I don't like Eric Bischoff, bro. I don't like Eric
Why
Bischoff.
Is that? You know who I think we should get you on with sometime, Vince?
Who, bro?
Jim Cornette.
Yeah, bro. It's not gonna happen, bro. I've got a restraining order against Jim Cornette because I'm afraid that a 60-year-old fat man who doesn't get on a plane and only eats Wendy's cheeseburgers is gonna come beat my ass, bro.
Does he still not get on planes?
No, bro. He still doesn't get on planes, bro.
How did he get to New York Mania weekend? He drove?
He drove the whole way, bro.
Wow.
But
that's
anyway,
dedication.
bro, I gotta go do castrating the marks. I gotta talk to Disco Inferno, and I gotta talk to Ed Ferrara. So I'll talk to you later, bro.
I like Ed Ferrara. Say hello to Ed.
All right, will do. I'll get him some. I'll send you some of Oklahoma's barbecue sauce.
No, thank you.
See, Alex, Vince
What?
comes on. He's nice to you. Why is it everybody that comes on to talk to me is always mean to me?
Dusty's nice to you.
Dusty's pretty nice to me. Even though he still calls me a Jim Herd wannabe sometimes.
Oh, God, he hasn't done that bit in a long time.
Yeah. Rick always, I mean, dude, are we going to do like a Ric Flair special? Is he going to be on the whole show in a few weeks?
He might have to be.
Maybe we can do it live we should do live from the Rust Belt with Rick. I think that should be a thing.
Why don't you pitch that to Merrick Brave?
I will. I'm sure he'll totally go for it.
Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Regal.
Rick.
What's happening?
Hey.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Can you finally go tell John G that you're talking in a normal voice when you're on with us? That the reason that you're on and talking like this is because you're a calmer, gentler Rick, and you're not screaming and all crazy-eyed.
Are you kidding me?
That's what John G said.
You want me to talk to John G?
Well, only if you want to.
I'll do it.
Okay. At the Rust Belt?
At the Rust Belt.
All right. But Rick, we're getting close. You got a big couple weeks coming up.
I do.
Yeah, you're gonna get roasted.
Roasty toasty.
Yeah, at Starcast.
That's right.
They're gonna have Ron Funches, couple of the comedians. Did you see who they announced today is going to be up there for the roast of Ric Flair?
Who?
Dave Meltzer.
Who?
Dave Meltzer.
Old Dirt Sheet Dave?
Dirt Sheet Dave. I want to get your reaction to that one.
I got a message that you can send Dave Meltzer.
What's that? Ah! Stop! Stop! Stop it! Stop!
Can you convey that to him for me?
I'll do it really hard.
You're really hard. What?
I'll chop him really hard.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, Alex.
What's up, Regal?
I just got chopped through Skype.
No, he's live.
Yeah, but he reached through the Skype and chopped me. It just happened. Stop!
Did it again.
Rick's just everywhere, man.
He's everywhere.
But he's going to be at the Rust Belt on May 30th in East Moline.
That's right, East Moline, Illinois.
Get your tickets now. VIP almost sold out. If you haven't got a VIP ticket, what are you waiting for?
You got a VIP ticket, Regal?
I got a VIP ticket.
You do?
Yeah. Merrick Brave said there would be one waiting at will call for me.
Oh, wow. So they're finally going to make you buy a ticket to the shows?
No, he said it's there for me.
Oh.
But, no, I'm kidding. No, of course I ain't buying a ticket. I will be calling the action alongside next to you, Alex.
It's going to be a great time.
Gonna be a fun time. Gonna have some music. Gonna have some comedians. Gonna have food. Probably gonna have some beer. Not as much beer as I drank at the Bier Stube.
God, I hope not.
I don't know. We are hanging out with Rick, so Ric Flair's in the building. You never know what could happen.
He doesn't drink anymore, does he?
Well, he might want to have other people do it for him.
Well, if Rick says, Regal, I want you, if he calls you Regal and says, I want you to do all of my drinking for me tonight, then I think that's as good a reason as any to get smashed off your ass.
Now, me and Rick are going to share a big bottle of Gatorade. Because Gatorade has electrolytes.
What's that from?
Remember at one time Rick talked about his electrolytes.
I think that's from Parks and Rec.
Okay. But, anyway, Alex, I think it's about that time.
Let me tell you something, baby.
Dusty, what's going on, man?
It's about that time.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know what time it is?
It's about the time for Double or Nothing, Dusty.
It is.
You gonna be watching?
This is my question for you, Regal.
What's up?
How am I supposed to watch?
It's on pay-per-view.
So I have to. But what if I don't have cable?
I've heard a few rumors. They're still working that out, but it's gonna be there.
You sure?
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
Because I heard the latest rumor I heard in the United States is gonna be traditional cable pay-per-view only.
No, they're gonna get something streaming. Still working on it.
I heard one rumor that it was gonna be all free on social media. I heard another rumor that it was gonna be traditional pay-per-view only.
Well, we'll find. I'm gonna find it somewhere, Dusty. I'm gonna be watching it somewhere.
You gonna hack it?
I might not hack it.
Take money from my son?
No, I got people.
Yeah.
I got
take
people.
money from the fruit of my looms.
I get the fruit of your looms.
Brandy likes them nice clothes, Regal. You don't want Brandy to have nice clothes to wear?
I absolutely do, Dusty.
You want Brandy to run around naked?
No, I didn't say that, Dusty.
You don't want her to have nice clothes. You want her to run around naked.
Dusty, I feel like you're trying to trap me. I'm not going to fall for it.
All right. So, you don't want her to run around naked?
No, I want her to wear clothes.
Well, you don't find her attractive?
Dusty, can you just give us plugs?
I think you should get some plugs. Hide up that bald ass head of yours. You Jim Hurd wannabe. You Lee Marshall wannabe.
I got Nikita's haircut from '86, Dusty. I figured you like it.
Dick wannabe. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. But I don't have a Twitter anymore, I don't think. Go ahead and follow podcast at Off the Chest TR. How come you're not trying to book me for the Rust Belt Neath Moline?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to talk to Merrick Brave.
I've been trying to book you for months now.
I told you I'm not quite ready yet. There, I'll get there someday, but I'm not quite ready to work there yet.
All right, well,
I'm still in the territory. I still got a deal yet.
Anyways, follow hold up. Send Matt Ritter a friend request on Facebook. Do it. I dare you. You won't. Anyways, what are you laughing at, Regal?
I don't know.
I feel like I haven't done the plugs in a while. I don't remember what to do. Follow Alex at What Real Smart Alex was mugging on this week.
No, but you should follow her anyway.
Yeah, follow her at Bales in a Cell. Does Tom McGee have Twitter?
I don't think so.
Well, what the hell?
He should totally get one.
Follow at SCWpro for all your SCWpro information. Follow me and everything is alright. I'll be the one to keep you up at night. Walk with me and I guarantee I am the American dream.
Alright, Dusty. That's about it.
I did terrible with the plug this week, Regal.
Folks, we'll see you next week.